A week ago now, I watched a film called This Is England. Great film. And then last night, I watched a film called The Riot Club. Now, what really stuck out to me about these two films isn't the fact that one's working class and one's upper class, but how violence affects those class systems and the representations of violence within those class systems. This is England. Violence is part of the environment that they live in. Sean's dad was killed in the Falklands War. He's a victim of that violence of the war. And even when he first meets Woody and the gang and they go out to have some fun, they have fun by smashing up old buildings, being rebellious, breaking things, and ultimately getting into a little bit of a scuffle between themselves. In the Riot Club, violence just isn't really part of their world. They're going to Oxford University, they're looking to be in positions of power, and really it's about power. Power's the thing that surrounds them in the same way that violence surrounds the working class kids in This Is England. So at the end of the movie, when there is a really vicious act of violence, it hits with so much more power because it's just not something that's part of their language, it's not something that's part of their world. So when they commit an act of violence, it comes kind of out of the blue and it comes so much more powerfully because everything they're doing isn't really based around a violent world. Whereas in This Is England, when the act of violence at the end of the film comes, it's kind of expected. It's something that we were probably expecting earlier on in the film, to be honest, from Combo. And it's something that he's been building up to, something that's been a kind of the pressure cooker feeling of that those violent acts have been there throughout the film. And this final act of violence is something that we should have all seen coming. And it's something we see a lot in British cinema. Violence is used as a plot point, and depending on how big your bank account is, it's a symbol of status. In the Riot Club, the act of violence is a performative thing. It's an act of power. I have power over you. I have status over you. I have money. You don't have money. I'm going to be a big person with all of my big money. You're a small person with your small money. Violence is a choice. In This Is England, it's not a choice. It's just part of the world that they're living in. For Sean and Milky, that violence is going to leave a permanent stain on them. And we see that very much in the TV series that was made after the movie. The guys in This Is England, violence is very much a trap that they just can't escape from. And the truth is, in the Riot Club, there's no real consequences for these guys. Their status is a bulletproof vest. Nothing really happens. We see that the club carries on, just probably under a different name, and the guy who commits the act of violence, well, he's told that maybe he won't get to be an MP, but he'll still get a really good job, and his uncle is going to help him out to do that. Because they have connections, because they have power, because they have money, this act of tourism into violence really means nothing to them. It's just something that they've done. It's a performance. It's power over someone else. It's something that they can very much walk away from. One of these films shows acts of violence as something that you have to live through and you have to survive. The other one shows violence as an act of privilege and status that you can buy your way out of any consequences. Which one of these films hits harder? This Is England or The Riot Club? Let me know in the comments.